Hello, and welcome to our second Dealer Assistance Center marketing release. This video was prepared especially for you, the Dealer Assistance Center dealer, as a means to keep you well informed regarding the state of our business. It should be reviewed at your earliest opportunity and shared with all of your dealership personnel. It will help to bring you up to date on our plans and goals for the 1989 model year. It presents our new 1989 products and our marketing strategy for the months to come. It also describes the various support programs that will help to make 1989 a successful year for all DAC dealers. Now, to begin our program, let's review the state of our business with Bob Coletta, the General Sales and Service Manager for Buick Motor Division.
A few weeks ago, I had the opportunity to address several hundred enthusiastic Buick dealers at our 1989 announcement meeting in Las Vegas, Nevada. Vegas is a great town, and we had a great turnout. You could feel the excitement in the air as we talked about our business plans and previewed the new products for the coming year. And that's what this meeting is all about, to let you know what's coming in '89 so you can prepare yourself for one of the most successful years in Buick's history. And trust me, '89 is going to be a great year for Buick and a great year for Buick dealerships. But first, we're going to look at where we are right now in 1988. Then we'll tell you where we intend to go in 1989, and later on in this meeting, you'll hear what it will take to get us there. We had three primary goals for this year: to increase our sales and penetration rate, to improve our level of customer satisfaction, and to become more market-driven. Let's see how well we did. First, we'll look at sales. We made our move in 1988. Compared to the previous year, calendar year-to-date sales for the entire industry were up. But Buick sales were up even more. We also turned the corner on market share. We stopped the decline and began to move in the right direction. You all know how important market share is to Buick, but it should be just as important to you. Let me explain. Market share represents volume, and by trying to increase our share of the automotive market, we're committing to you that we intend to be a high-volume car company. It means that Buick's premium American motor cars are intended to be the best automobiles that we can build in each price range, not low-volume, high-end products for just a select few. And I don't have to tell you that more sales mean more commission dollars in your pocket. But to sell more cars, we need more than product. We need to take better care of our customers. We must do everything in our power to make certain that everyone who enters a Buick dealership is satisfied with the treatment and service they receive. Sure, it's easy to dismiss customer satisfaction as something that only the factory and the dealer should worry about. But in truth, you're the ones who have the most contact with Buick prospects and owners. And if you're not concerned with taking care of your customers, then there's very little that we can do to move the needle in a positive direction. That's why the survey used to determine a dealer's customer satisfaction index deals with the attitude and performance of dealership sales personnel. Our goal for 1988 was to achieve a national CSI rating of 86. We didn't make that objective. Instead, we sailed right on by 86, past 87, and right up to an 88. Now that's pushing our way to the top. You're to be congratulated for your part in surpassing that goal. Some dealers were really in the groove and moved their needle all the way up to 94. Unfortunately, others scored as low as 82. Is there work still to be done? You bet there is. Let me put it to you this way. If a single dealer is able to put forth the effort and achieve a CSI rating of 94, then the standard has been set. And there's no reason why the rest of our dealerships can't achieve the same level of success. Okay. Another important part of customer satisfaction, and the one that's even more affected by your performance, is the new vehicle inspection and delivery program. Our NVID goal for 1988 was 93. You've already met that objective earlier this year, proving once again that you can get the job done. Here's some more good news. The quality of our products enjoyed the same kind of improvement. Overall production discrepancies were at their lowest level in 6 years, with LeSabre leading the pack with a corporate record of only 1.9 discrepancies per vehicle, and that is world class. What's more, Ricoh has made tremendous gains in production quality since startup, and right now this premium American motor car is approaching world-class quality levels as well. And improved quality means less complaints from your new owners. We've also improved a lot in our third area of emphasis, that of becoming more market-driven. If we intend to be responsive to the needs and wants of our market, then we'd better listen to what our dealers and their customers have to say. That's why we've been working so hard this past year to improve the existing lines of communication and to open new lines where it makes sense to do so. Our Dealership Satisfaction Survey, the Dealer Council, the Dealer Marketing Advisory Board, and the Dealer Business Advisory Board are all in place for a single purpose: to provide us with information, suggestions, and recommendations that you and your dealers feel are necessary to help you become more successful. All right, that's where we are today. What about the future? Let's start with our sales target for 1989. The industry forecast for next year is about 10 million units. We intend to capture a bigger share of those sales, which represents an increase of about 14% in total Buick sales for the year. Let's see how that affects you. If your dealership sells an average of 1,000 cars a year, it will have to increase its monthly sales by 12 units in order to reach the target. For a 300 car per year dealer, the increase is less than 4 vehicles per month. And for a 100 car per year dealer, the increase is a little more than 1. More important is how this increase will affect you. Simply take your total sales for 1988 and increase that number by 14%. If, for example, you averaged 15 new vehicle sales per month last year, you'll have to sell 17 vehicles per month to stay on target. It's not as difficult as you may think. Last year, we gave you the all-new Buick Regal, a high-volume car that helped to turn our sales in the right direction. We also gave you the Buick Reatta, a halo car that's bringing new buyers and more buyers into your showroom. In response to the dealer organization, we'll be adding a new model to the Skylark lineup in 1989, the new Luxury Edition model. This year, you'll also have another brand new volume car sitting in the heart of the Buick lineup, the 1989 Century, plus a classic new-looking Riviera and a new addition to the Park Avenue series, the Ultra. That's 4 new cars to help you achieve the 14% increase in sales for 1989. We'll also be supporting your efforts with a strong national advertising campaign along with merchandising support programs you'll be hearing about later today. We've got a lot going for us in 1989. Can you do it? You bet. Now let's look at customer satisfaction. We think a CSI rating of 90 is a realistic goal, and there's no reason why we can't achieve an NVID objective of 94. Let's face it, customer satisfaction is an attitude. It's a state of mind that must be shared by each and every employee of the dealership. When you really care about your customers, they know it, and the results show up in the CSI and NVID results. Finally, we pledge to continue our efforts in several directions to become more market-driven. We are listening and acting on the input from you and your dealers, and on the marketing data that we obtain from the people who buy our cars. Now it's time to look ahead. We've had a couple of difficult years, but that's behind us now. Our sales are on the rise. Our customer satisfaction is improving with each passing day, and we're learning how to listen and respond to the market. We have exciting product that's moving more on target with the Buick image. And we have the organization, which includes all of you, that can make things happen. Now it's up to you. I have confidence that you'll set your sights high for Buick in 1989.
Substantial, distinctive, powerful, and mature. Premium American motor cars designed for the great American road. Let's begin with the Skylark and the new Skylark LE, a formal appearance luxury edition sedan that will be introduced mid-year. This new model includes a full formal vinyl top, custom locking wire wheel covers, bright door frames and moldings, and wide rocker panels. The B-pillar is adorned with an applique, and the grille has a header molding. The LE will be available in 4 two-tone paint schemes and 1 solid color. In response to recommendations from Buick dealers, the new Skylark is a small, luxurious family car. The electronic cluster is gone, and the shift lever has been moved to the steering column. A split bench seat has been added to increase interior room, and champagne burl wood grain replaces the gray and pewter trim plates, providing a more elegant look to the interior and reinforcing the new luxury image. Reclining bucket seats and an operating console are available for those who prefer them. On the outside, composite headlamps and car-colored bumpers are now standard, and a stand-up tri-shield hood ornament reinforces the Buick signature and identifies Skylark as a proud member of the Buick family. This new hood ornament is used on all Buicks except Riviera and Riata and replaces the previous individual car line emblems. The standard engine is the 2.5-liter Tech 4 with balance shafts and electronic fuel injection. Output has been increased by 12% due to refinements to the induction system and cylinder head. The Quad 4 engine is available as an option for those who are looking for more performance. But the big news in power plants is the debut of the 3300 multi-port fuel-injected engine in the Skylark and Century. This engine replaces the 3.0-liter engine and is a little brother to the 3800 V6 used on full-size models. The 3300 puts out 160 horsepower, which is 35 more horsepower than its predecessor, and 0 to 60 acceleration has been improved by 2 seconds. Fuel economy is also improved by 1 to 2 miles per gallon. Like the 3800 engine introduced last year, the 3300 has an on-center cylinder redesign that reduces internal engine friction, slices reciprocating weight by about 24%, and improves oil control, smoothness, and overall durability. The engine features multi-port fuel injection for precise metering of fuel and roller lifters to reduce friction. In fact, all Buick engines except the 5.0-liter V8 used on the full-size wagons include electronic fuel injection and a computer-controlled coil ignition system. Multi-port fuel injection uses multiple injectors, one located at each intake port. These injectors are activated simultaneously once each engine revolution. That means that 2 injections of fuel at the cylinder port are mixed with incoming air to produce the charge for each combustion cycle. Since the fuel is vaporized closer to the point of combustion, fuel is better distributed, resulting in improved drivability, better fuel economy, and improved control over exhaust emissions. Multi-port fuel injection is used on the Quad 4 and the 2.8-liter engine, as well as the new 3300. The 3800 engine, which is available on LeSabre, Electra, Riviera, and Riata, uses a sequential fuel injection system. With sequential fuel injection, the injectors are also located at the intake ports. However, metered fuel is injected into the intake ports just prior to the opening of the intake valve. Each cylinder receives only 1 injection per combustion cycle, resulting in even better fuel control for improved idle quality and low-speed operation. This is the most advanced system in the world today for achieving the optimum of performance and economy. The computer-controlled coil ignition eliminates the distributor and all other moving parts from the ignition system. It uses a pickup on the engine's crankshaft to signal the basic spark timing for each cylinder. The signal is then modified by the engine's electronic control module to advance the timing as necessary to match operating conditions. The module then triggers coils which fire the appropriate spark plugs. The advantage of this system is that timing cannot be set wrong. The engine cannot go out of time, and there are no points or condenser to replace. The Century models get a major facelift in 1989. The coupes and sedans are new from every angle, and the wagons have a new front-end appearance. The Century, along with the new Regal, gives you a great sales opportunity in the heart of the new car market, the mid-size segment. No other manufacturer has as many newly styled mid-size models as Buick. The new coupe has a large flowing rear window, a perfect complement to the more formal roofline of the Regal. The sedan is a bit more formal, providing more headroom than the coupe. All models have composite headlamps, wrap-around park and turn lamps, and body-colored bumpers. Body side moldings and full-width tail lamps are also standard. Champagne burl wood grain adds a touch of luxury to the interior, and the analog cluster is revised for improved readability. And for excellent handling and a comfortable ride, Century now comes equipped with Dynaride as standard equipment. Dynaride was introduced in 1987 on the LeSabre, Riviera, and Electra. This year, it's standard on all Buick models except station wagons and vehicles equipped with the Grand Touring suspension system. Dynaride is a combination of philosophy and technology. The philosophy is to provide excellent ride smoothness and isolation, along with precise handling. The technology includes deflected disc valving in the struts. Struts, or shock absorbers, provide damping or ride control by allowing fluid to flow from one chamber to another within the shock absorber during compression or expansion of the suspension. The rate of fluid flow is controlled by valves within the strut. The deflected disc technology uses a unique valving approach. The valve is comprised of a pyramid stacking of discs of various diameters and thicknesses. These discs actually bend or deflect to allow fluid flow during suspension travel. The amount of the deflection varies according to the amount of force applied. In other words, the strut tends to respond differently to different road surfaces. Deflected disc strut valving works better than a conventional valving system, which consists of a relatively simple valve using a fixed hole or orifice with a ball and spring. Since it's more sophisticated, it allows for fine-tuning of the ride and handling throughout the operating range. The result is a smoother, quieter car, yet handling remains crisp and precise. With conventional suspension systems, there's a compromise between ride and handling. To have a smoother ride, you have to settle for less precise handling. Conversely, to have firmer handling, the ride has to suffer. With Dynaride, the trade-off still exists, but at a higher level. The suspension is tuned for ultimate smoothness, yet the system still delivers very good handling characteristics. In contrast, the Grand Touring suspension is tuned for excellent handling and very good ride characteristics. To properly explain Dynaride, the best strategy is to let the customer experience it for him or herself. Tell the customer to test drive the vehicle on a rough road surface and to check the isolation by noting the minimum amount of disturbance coming through the steering wheel. There should be an ease of steering at all speeds, and the car will drive straight through bumps. Also, have the customer look for controlled ride motions and to check for the quietness of the passenger compartment. Finally, have the customer rate the handling of the vehicle by noting the amount of roll or lean during cornering. For competitive shoppers or those who are coming from an older model vehicle, demonstrate Dynaride. It will help to sell more Buicks from the Skyhawk all the way up to the Park Avenue. New in the Electra lineup is the addition of the luxurious Park Avenue Ultra sedan, available later in the model year. With its rich detail and comfortable accommodation, the Ultra is the ultimate in Buick luxury. It has a full leather interior on the seats, on the seat sides and backs, on the steering, and even padded leather on the glove box door. The front seats have 6-way power adjustment with controls on the door panel. There are also adjustments for recline, thigh and lumbar supports, and headrests. These controls are mounted in a touch-sensitive panel in the center of the seat. Accommodations include a storage center armrest in front with a built-in cup holder and a fold-down center armrest in the rear. The interior is set off with specific wood grain trim plates. On the outside, the grille and tail lamp are specific. The 15-inch aluminum wheels are polished to a high luster, and there's a choice of 6 two-tone paint finishes. A special acoustic insulation package provides superb noise isolation, and smooth stopping is assured by the anti-lock brake system. The Ultra offers the opportunity to move your Park Avenue customers up to a distinctive new product and should appeal to those buyers who may be considering a Lincoln or an imported luxury sedan. Other new features common to all Electra models include automatic front lap and shoulder belts and lap and shoulder belts in the rear. New optional equipment for Electra includes a remote keyless entry system for convenience and security, and an electrochromic day-night mirror that dims automatically to reduce distracting glare at night. That brings us to the 1989 Buick Riviera, 11 inches longer than last year's model, and with a sweeping rear-end treatment that gives it a distinctive Buick identity. The new Riviera has new front and rear treatments, a new roofline with a wider sail panel and a revised rocker panel molding. 15-inch Michelin tires are now standard, adding a substantial look, and the standard Dynaride suspension provides improved ride and handling. The interior includes new wood grain trim plates for a more elegant look. The standard 3800 V6 engine is nestled in a new engine mounting system that includes 3 hydraulic mounts to add to the smoothness and isolation. Optional equipment includes a remote keyless entry system, an electrochromic day-night mirror, and a new design landau roof with crown molding. Although most of the other models remain virtually unchanged in appearance in 1989, there are a number of new standard features and options that are noteworthy. Skyhawk, for example, receives a new acoustical insulation package this year and a new rear seat lap and shoulder belt system. This new belt system has been made standard equipment on all Buick models for 1989. Skyhawk also becomes the only luxurious subcompact available from General Motors, since Oldsmobile and Cadillac have discontinued the Firenze and Cimarron. The new Regal Limited gets a more refined look with standard wide-body side moldings, while the Regal Grand Sport takes on a more aggressive look with new 16-inch wheels and tires. A new option available for Regal by mid-year is a steering wheel-mounted radio control system that enables the driver to operate the radio without having to remove his hands from the steering wheel. Other new Regal options include a keyless entry system that will unlock the doors and deck lid from up to 30 feet away, and an anti-lock brake system. Riata is Buick's newest market entry. Standard for 1989 is the keyless entry system. The anti-lock brake system includes brakes that are hydraulically boosted and a computer that reads the speed at each wheel and modulates the brake pressure to avoid lockup during braking. This system is also available as an option on Riviera, Electra, and Park Avenue, and is standard on Riata and Electra T-Type. Other new features for Riata include standard all-leather seats that replace the combination leather and suede seats previously used, improved engine mounting for better isolation, changes to the power steering system to eliminate noise, and revised struts to make the deck lid easier to operate. Riata production is now up to 6 vehicles per hour, and by November, the Riata Craft Center should be operating at maximum capacity of 7 vehicles per hour. There you have it, highlights from the 1989 Buick lineup. A new Skylark LE luxury sedan, all-new Century coupes and sedans, a new luxurious Park Avenue Ultra, and a new restyled Buick Riviera. Plus, you have a selection of powertrains that you can sell against any competitor. You have the ride smoothness and isolation of Dynaride that no one else can offer. And you have a host of new options and standard features that help make the 1989 Buicks more distinctive than ever before. Premium American motor cars from Buick.
Earlier, Bob Coletta told you that Buick has targeted a 14% increase in new vehicle sales for 1989, and you've seen the new products that will help us achieve that goal. Now let's take a look at how we'll approach the advertising to help launch these new products. First, let me explain that we'll continue the Great American Road Belongs to Buick theme for 1989. Introduced last year, this has proven to be a very successful campaign by all measures, including an unprecedented amount of advertising research. While I can't go into all the details here, I can tell you that recognition of Buick's theme already ranks among the best in the industry, and it's far stronger than those of Mercury and Chrysler, our target competitors. In fact, the Road's theme is only surpassed by long-term themes for Ford, Chevy, Toyota, and Pontiac, and we're gaining rapidly. But we're never satisfied. So for 1989, we'll be introducing a unique three-tiered advertising and merchandising strategy. To understand how this strategy will work, start by picturing a funnel. The wide portion at the top of the funnel is where our image advertising falls. Image advertising should appeal to a wide variety of buyers and create broad awareness for Buick and its product lines. To show what I mean, let's take a look at the new Buick brand commercial.
It's the statement you make as you travel through life, distinctive, decidedly you. The great American road belongs to Buick. It's the fast lane of life, the road to the top, the road that Buick commands. The great American road belongs to Buick. Substantial and sure, with power and grace, a spirit as free as your own. Yeah, it's the freedom to climb just as high as you choose on a road that was made just for you. Oh, the great American road, the great American road belongs to Buick. The great American road belongs to Buick. Great American road.
Our objective of this advertisement is to trigger an overall viewer reaction that says, I like Buick and what Buick represents. Next are four more specific product line commercials. The first one introduces the new Riviera as a classic all over again.
The new Buick Riviera. It's a classic all over again.
The road has been waiting, you're anticipating the spirit you felt way back when. Riviera is back, a classic again. It's a legend once more, what the road's waited for. Riviera, a classic returns. Oh, the great American road belongs to Buick.
And here's the image ad that will welcome buyers to the next century, the 1989 Buick Century.
How will you live in the next century? Suddenly, life will be more comfortable, smoother, and quicker. Introducing the new 1989 Buick Century with premium features you expect from the best-selling Buick on the American road. All at a price that will let you enter the next century very comfortably.
The great American road belongs to Buick.
Next is the image commercial supporting Regal in the second year of its life cycle.
The 1989 Buick Regal. It brings a new kind of style to the American road.
It's a regal new feeling, a style that's appealing, the look of a Buick today. The great American road was made for Regal. It's a regal new style, the pride in a smile. It's the road that Regal commands. Oh, the great American road belongs to Buick.
And here's the spot for the 1989 Skylark, which is positioned as a little limousine for the price of a little car.
This is my new Buick Skylark. And since it's a Buick, it doesn't surprise me that the Skylark is very stylish. With room for 5, and it's smooth and powerful. What did surprise me, though, is that Buick's little limousine is priced less than a Honda Accord DX. So, I got a little limousine for the price of a little car.
The great American love belongs to Buick.
The objective of these 4 product line image spots is to trigger a response that says, I like the new Riviera, or Century, or Skylark. Now let's take a look at our second level of advertising. We call this consideration advertising, and it falls in the area where the funnel begins to narrow. That's because it's directed at a more specific audience and features specific product benefits. With consideration advertising, we want to convince a potential buyer to consider a specific car line or feature. For example, here's a consideration print ad featuring the new Ultra. Many of the great features of the Ultra are on the inside of the vehicle. That requires a presentation that provides more detail than you can fit into a 30-second television commercial. That's why we've selected print advertising as the best approach for reaching Ultra prospects. Not only does the reader have more time to study and appreciate the details, but print also focuses on the more affluent and educated market for the Ultra. The response we hope to trigger by this ad is, I'll consider buying a new Ultra because of the benefits it offers. Print ads, such as these for Riviera and Century, will complement our TV launch advertising. We also have some consideration ads that we'll be introducing on TV. These ads star the feature of the car rather than the car itself. Here's a commercial that features the 3800 V6, which is characterized as being so sophisticated that it's simple.
Today, many automobiles promise to give you more, and they do. More cylinders, more valves, more camshafts, more to go wrong. But the 3800 V6 engine in a Buick is so sophisticated, it's simple. It gives you quick starts and smooth passing power with less. The 3800 V6. One reason a J.D. Power study shows Buick as one of the 10 most trouble-free makes on the road. Another reason why.
American love belongs to Buick.
The next spot features Dynaride, utilizing a memorable demonstration to show that Dynaride provides both smoothness and precise control.
You don't have to be an automotive expert to recognize a great ride. It's the result of a tuned suspension called Dynaride, only from Buick. Dynaride balances a comfortable ride with precise handling, smoothness with control. Good reasons why.
The great American love belongs to Buick.
With these 2 commercials, we're seeking a response that says, I'll consider buying a Buick because it has the power I want, or I'll consider Buick because it has a smooth ride. Up to this point, all the action has taken place in a potential buyer's mind while he or she is sitting at home. Now we have to get the prospect up, out of the house, and down to your dealership. That's where the third level of our 3-tiered advertising approach comes in. It's called a call to action, and it combines the selling power of both advertising and merchandising. The call to action element fits in the narrow part of the funnel, since it's directed to a smaller and more specific audience. It appeals to those who are ready to purchase a new Buick in the near future. Merchandising programs such as value option packages, rebates, and special incentives are designed to bring a response like, that's a good deal. Now's the time to buy that new Buick. And call to action advertising is used to carry the message to the intended audience. Another example of our 1989 call to action approach is an advertising and merchandising concept called the Great American Roadshow. It combines all of Buick's 1989 product news under one marketing umbrella. The idea is to create call to action excitement right at the start of the 1989 model year and quickly build sales momentum. Here is the Roadshow TV commercial.
You're invited today to a colorful show of smoothness, of value, of style. The great American Road Show by Buick. It's a powerful cast with exciting new stars, cars that were born to perform. The Great American Road Show by Buick. Riviera and Regal, Riata for sports. It's time you discover them all. Yeah, discover the look, the power, the grace, the road show you want to applaud. Yeah, the Great American Road, the Great American Road Show by Buick. Great American Road Show by Buick. Great American.
And here's the roadshow print ad for national magazines and newspapers. Last year, we provided 85% more primetime television and more radio advertising. This year, we plan to continue our efforts in all primary media and to provide the maximum possible media flexibility to accommodate product availability and changing market conditions. We will place an increased emphasis on radio. Drive time radio audiences are predominantly male, and will balance our TV audiences, which are predominantly female. Plus, radio has greater flexibility due to its rapid and relatively inexpensive production, and it's suitable for our three-tiered approach of image, consideration, and call-to-action advertising. We'll also increase our emphasis on print. It allows an in-depth explanation of features and product benefits. Just as important, it pinpoints target buyers and allows for a variety of executions. Outdoor advertising, on the other hand, is an important reminder medium. And for 1989, we're using a simpler, higher impact format, focusing on brand and product identification. When you add it all up, the 1989 Buick message will come through loud and clear on television and radio, in magazines and newspapers, and on billboards. Our new products and our advertising support for these new products will help bring prospects into your dealership. And with your help, the Great American Road will belong to Buick.
When you consider our advertising and merchandising for 1989, the key word is consistency. We have designed our merchandising programs and materials to be consistent with our image advertising and consideration advertising. It's vitally important that your local tie-ins and promotions and the look of your dealership carry that same message. For example, our 1989 product catalog is also based on the Great American Road theme. It includes a special section devoted to premium American motor cars, as well as a section on motorsports and a buyer's guide. And to know our 1989 products inside and out, you can take full advantage of our action library. This series of videotapes and materials was designed especially for dealership sales personnel and should be reviewed on a regular basis. To help capture the attention of shoppers, we'll be continuing our Spotlight on Buick mall displays. These displays have proven effective in creating product awareness and give you the opportunity to tie in your dealership to generate increased showroom traffic. The auto shows are another means to create product awareness. Our auto show image has been updated to keep in step with our national image advertising, with a feeling of rich luxury, style, and grace, and the Great American Road belongs to Buick theme will be prevalent throughout. These shows are a great tie-in opportunity for those of you who are located in or near a major city. Supporting the advertising launch of Riviera, we'll be launching a direct mail campaign targeted at present Riviera owners, former Riviera owners, and owners of competitive luxury cars. The mailers will offer rebates and special lease rates as a means to bring more prospects into your dealership. Our public relations department will be furnishing vehicles for automotive editors and writers to test drive in order to encourage good press coverage of our new '89 products. The Buick News, with a mailing list of over 1,300,000, is another way to get new car prospects into your dealership. Future issues will feature Riviera, Century, and Regal. Our new volume car, the Century, is ideal for fleet sales. We're working to capture a good portion of this business because it means important exposure to rental car drivers and individuals who drive a company-owned vehicle. It's one more means of getting these people into your store to look at a Buick for their personal car. Another great tie-in opportunity is through our sponsorship of professional and college sports events. Our Olympic tie-in features the red, white, and blue Regal with an additional $150 discount and free Olympic commemorative road atlas. Another great way to promote the Regal and Regal Grand Sport is through motorsports. You can tie in with your local motorsports events, and the traveling motorsports display is available to help build excitement. Your local advertising can also tie in with our national motorsports advertising. The PGA Tour will cover 17 different cities, and we want your local dealer involvement. Buick is the official car of the PGA Tour, and in 1989, PGA golf activities will provide another means for all of us to promote Buick, culminating with a Buick Open Golf Tournament. We will also be promoting Buick through year-long tennis activities. For example, World Championship Tennis has 2,000 participating clubs across the country. And you can be a sponsor. You can even have a display space at the various matches. One more program coming soon to help you to achieve your sales goal is the new Buick Smart Lease program. Leasing is continuing to play an increasingly important role in our business, and we want to get our share. You'll have the details soon. We want everyone to know that only Buick makes premium American motor cars, and that only you, the Buick dealers and the Buick salespeople, are the ones who sell them.
Last year at this time, we introduced the value option package concept and explained how you could use the 3 available packages to help close more deals and to sell more options. This year, I'm happy to inform you of some changes to the program that should help to make our value option packages even more effective in your dealership. First, we've expanded the number of packages on some models from 3 to 4. This gives you greater flexibility in dealing with your customers. Second, we've adjusted our pricing so that the 1989 option package savings are substantially greater in many cases than they were in 1988, especially in the volume car lines. Next, we have a new Monroney label. It's much easier to read, and it more effectively highlights the savings that the value option package offers. Okay, let's begin by reviewing the 4 packages. The first package is the popular package SB. It includes those options which are most likely to appeal to the price-conscious buyer. For example, on the 1989 Skylark Custom, the popular package includes air conditioning, a tilt steering column, all-season white-wall steel-belted radials, remote control mirrors, color-coordinated body side moldings, wheel opening moldings, and a rear window defogger. Next is the premium package SC. It includes all of the options included in the popular package, plus many others that will appeal to the majority of your buyers. With the premium package on the Skylark Custom, you would add delay windshield wipers, carpet savers, cruise control, an AM/FM stereo cassette radio, custom locking wire wheel covers, and a 4-way manual driver seat adjuster. Our third package is the luxury package SD. It includes every option that comes with the premium package, plus a number of other items that will appeal to the buyer who wants a higher level of comfort and convenience. The luxury package on the Skylark Custom adds electric door locks and power windows. Finally, we have the Prestige package SE. It includes all of the items found in the other 3 packages, plus several additional items that will appeal to the buyer looking for a fully contented vehicle. The Prestige package on the Skylark Custom replaces the manual seat adjuster with a 6-way power seat for the driver, and then adds a power antenna, a lighted visor vanity mirror for the passenger, an electric trunk lock release, and front and rear courtesy lights. Of course, in addition to these packages, there are several free flow options that can still be ordered. Free flow options include such things as engines, luggage racks, accent paint and stripes, and tires, all popular upgrade options to allow flexibility of the selection. However, this year there are fewer free flow options than there were in the past. That's because we've made some content standard equipment, and included other options into our value option packages. You'll lose some flexibility by having fewer free flow options, but that'll be offset by the flexibility gain with having 4 packages to sell. When you have a buyer, identify what they want in terms of a model and optional equipment. Ask them questions like, what options do you have in your present car? Do you have air conditioning? Do you have cruise control? Also ask if there are any additional options they want on their new car. The answers to these questions will help you find the vehicle that comes closest to the customer's needs. And then you'll build your presentation around that vehicle. Now, for example, let's assume that a customer is interested in a Skylark Custom with all the options contained in the premium package plus power windows. Your challenge is to convince the customer to step up to the luxury package. It includes everything they want plus electric door locks. And the additional discount virtually covers the cost of the extra option. Always keep in mind that when you sell a customer up to a higher content car, the customer will get a greater discount on the options. And don't hesitate to use your Blue Book to show how much the optional equipment will add to the residual value of the car when it's time for a replacement. Okay, now let's look at the savings the packages offer and how you can use these savings to sell against the competition. We'll stay with our example, the Skylark Custom. If a customer buys the vehicle equipped with the popular package, they'll save $600 over the cost of the options if purchased separately. If the vehicle is equipped with the premium package, the savings is $800. The luxury package saves the customer $1,000, and the prestige package saves the customer $1,200. We're talking real savings here. In fact, if you compare the cost of a 1988 Regal Limited with the SD value option package against a comparably equipped Mercury Sable LS, the Regal is less by $627. If you compare the cost of a 1988 Regal Custom with the SD value option package against a comparably equipped Cougar LS, the Regal is less by $690. We don't have all of the latest competitive data at this time, but I can assure you that this same kind of pricing advantage will carry over into 1989. That's where the new window label works to your advantage. It shows the manufacturer's suggested retail price, the price of the options if purchased separately, the value option package savings, and the bottom line price of the vehicle. The new label will be a sales and merchandising tool instead of a sales objection. You'll have no trouble convincing your comparison shoppers that Buick has a competitive pricing advantage. These discount shoppers present the best opportunity to gain a sale with the proper use of option packages. Begin by showing the customer the manufacturer's suggested retail price. Next, show the total price of the options if purchased separately. That's the price of the vehicle. Then you can show the value option package discount and the bottom line price. The value option package discount is exactly that, a discount. It's up to you to convince the shopper that he's already saved the amount of that discount. In many cases, the amount involved will be enough to close the deal. Value option packages offer a number of distinct advantages to you and to Buick. To us, they mean reduced manufacturing costs, easier forecasting, and higher production quality. A few years ago, with our previous system, we could have built over 1 billion cars, and each one would have been different. Today, through value option packaging, we have reduced the possible combinations down to as little as 5,000. Now, you can imagine how that has simplified the entire manufacturing process. The money we save can then be used to provide the discounts on the packages. And when we can simplify the manufacturing process, there's less margin for error. That's one of the reasons our product quality has improved so much over the last couple of years. And better quality translates into happier customers. To you, value option packages simplify the selling process. First, they're easy to use when explaining available options to your customers. And you'll sell more options because of the savings they offer to your customers. It will also be easier to locate vehicles at other dealerships if the car your customer wants isn't in your dealer stock. But the biggest advantage of all is the competitive pricing position that you gain with value option packages. This year, we're looking for a 14% increase in sales. If we are to achieve that goal, we'll have to attract and capture a number of buyers who are considering competitive makes. That's where value option packages can give you the edge. The discounts you can offer will help to ensure that you and your dealership will be a sales winner in 1989. Thank you, and good luck in the months to come.
As you have just seen, Buick and the Buick dealer have much to be excited about for 1989. With our marketing strategy, advertising, value option packaging, and our exciting new products, you and your people have a lot going for you with Buick in the months to come. All of us at the Dealer Assistance Center are proud to serve the world's finest dealers and their employees. And we look forward to creating success together as we move into the exciting 1989 selling year. We who are the Dealer Assistance Center wish all of you good luck and good